Well, someone asked me recently, have you ever had a company you put a lot of money in and it didn't work out? And I said, absolutely, absolutely. In my world, I've got multiple companies, multiple things going on. We're serial entrepreneurs, but you can't go into that world thinking, I can't lose anything. That's not even a thought process. You go into that world going, okay, I'm going to try to win in all of these games, but all of these businesses, but you don't have to win them all. You just got to win more than you lose, right? You're going to lose some. If you don't lose some or struggle with some, folks, you're not taking enough chances, in my opinion, for my world. So even the Bible, go back to the Bible, always go back to the Bible, right? Jesus said to cast out the seed, right? And 25% of the seed made it. Some sprouted up and grew up real fast and didn't have a substance to them, didn't have the right soil. Some of the weeds choked out, but some, 25%, boom, they produced 100,000-fold. So, and when you're going in business, what I found, there's two types of people. There are those that always try to not lose something, and those folks very seldom make it. Okay, and there are those that just are all in, but they have the vision, the dream, they put the discipline in place. And they're the ones that win. But when they do lose, they just shake it off. And again, look at business entrepreneurs. Look at Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs got fired from Apple. He nearly lost everything. Took that money from Apple and went and bought Pixar that was losing. Pixar had to be sold because the owner of Pixar is going through a divorce, and he's about to lose it all. Pixar's the company that founded Toy Story. That was their first big hit, right? But when you study business, J.C. Penney had a mental breakdown, was in a mental institution, found the Lord, came out and started J.C. Penney. Sam Walton nearly lost everything, nearly went bankrupt. Stevens Group out of Arkansas had to come in and rescue Walmart early in their game. So these stories, when you start studying business, it's all the same story. Study Elon Musk, wealthiest man in the world today. And he struggled, man. He struggled. He sold PayPal for $180 million. He took that $180, he put it out there and started, Tesla. He started SpaceX. He started Solar City, and he didn't have any money. He had to borrow money to pay rent. Okay, that's what entrepreneurs do. They take that risk, and but they have fun with it. And I've learned and I think we've all been trained as Americans, especially. Oh my gosh, if I fail, or if I have a bankruptcy, or if I whatever, it's the end of the world. No, failure is not failure. Failure is a stepping stone. It's your PhD in business, because you'll learn more by failing than you ever will by success. I promise you that. But the things that create success are what you learned when you did not have success. You just didn't quit. You learned, you tweaked, and you moved forward. And that's how an entrepreneur thinks. That's how you got to think if you want to be a success. So get excited, okay? Have your dream, have your vision, go to work. And when things don't work out, always have your ear to the ground. The business will tell you what to do, okay? If you're making great sales but nobody's paying the bills, nobody's paying their invoices to you, you can't operate that way. What's the business telling you to do? You got to take a look at how you're making the sale. Do you have contracts in place? So whenever you find hiccups in what you're doing in your business, the business is screaming at you, hey, pay attention to this, fix this. So don't look at failure as failure. Look at it as education. Just keep moving forward and make that adjustment and go. Make that adjustment and go. Does that make sense? Hopefully that's helpful.
What if I told you the world doesn't need more noise? It needs more truth. What if I told you freedom isn't guaranteed? It's guarded by men who still believe in something higher than themselves. I'm Steve Maxwell, entrepreneur, husband, father, and co-founder of Citizens Defending Freedom. I travel the country calling men to rise, lead with faith, and stand firm for what's right. This isn't about politics. It's about purpose.
Can't fight the temptation when you get the vibration. Won't do